Oracle has rich SQL predefined functions. These are actually built into Oracle databases and can be readily be used for a particular problem solving, like for data mining, for analytical functions, for analyzing data. So some of these examples of functions are the numeric functions, and then we have some character functions. So feel free to go to docs.oracle.com. You can use the group by clause to divide the rows in a table into groups. You can then use the group functions to return summary information for each group. When using the group by clause, make sure that all columns in the select list that are not group functions are included in the group by clause. The example in the slide displays the department number and the average salary for each department. The group by column does not have to be in the select clause. For example, the select statement on the slide displays the average salaries for each department without displaying the respective department numbers. Without the department numbers, however, the results do not look meaningful. You can return summary results for groups and subgroups by listing more than one group by column. So the sum function is being applied to the salary column for all job IDs within each department number group. Whenever you use a mixture of individual items, like say department ID and group function, say count in the same select statement, you must include a group by clause that specifies the individual items, in this case, department ID. If the order or the group by clause is missing, then the error message, not a single group function appears, and an asterisk points to the offending column. You can correct the error by adding the group by clause. The where clause cannot be used to restrict groups. The select statement on the slide results in an error because it uses the where clause to restrict the display of average salaries of those departments that have an average salary greater than $8,000. You use the having clause to restrict groups. The slide example displays department numbers and maximum salaries for those departments whose maximum salary is greater than $10,000. You can use the group by clause without using a group function in the select list. If you restrict rows based on the result of the group function, you must have a group by clause as well as the having clause. Let us have examples of functions, use of functions, the use of group by, and the having clause based on our department employee data. Say if we are interested to find the highest, the lowest, the sum average salary of all employees, and then you round your results to the nearest whole number. So we have a nested function, round and max, and other aggregate functions. It will return a single row for all those aggregates. Now, supposing if we need to group it by each group or job type, so you say group by job. Okay, so we have the different aggregates for the different job type. Now, say we are interested to display the number of people with the same job. So you use count asterisk and this the different number of people for each job type. Say we need to display the number of managers without listing them. Label the column number of managers. So we have count distinct manager nested. There you go. We have the number of managers. If we are interested to find the difference, that's max salary minus mean salary with alias difference from employee. And in here, we are interested to find the manager number, the salary of the lowest paid employee for that manager. Exclude anyone whose manager is not known, so is null. Now we need to exclude any groups where the minimum salary is 12,000. So we need to put having clause, having minimum salary is greater than 2,000. So that's how you restrict the groups. Okay, so in this lesson, we were able to use some aggregate functions, the group by, and the having clause.